Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. Let me first preface this by saying we do have work going on in the house in our basement. So the occasional uh, sounds of a hammer in the background, well, you're not hearing things. It is somebody in our basement putting up walls and all that good stuff, getting it set up uh, so we can enjoy the rest of our days in this home. So, but anyway, just wanted to get that out there real quick because you will hear it. But again, welcome in. We are in Lima, Peru. Not about to try to pronounce the airport because I'll botch it and cause an international incident. And we already have enough of those going on. We don't need to go any further. So, but we will fly with LATAM. Uh, in the aircraft that I mentioned yesterday, that we're in a new one. It is called the A319 from ToLis. Today we're in the CFM version, but this one does come with both IAE engines and the CFMs, as well as you can put the shark fins on it on the wingtips. So really, so far, a really good program, good setup, worth the money, even though we're in the build up stage to X-Plane 12. From what I understand, I believe it'll cross over. Don't know that until it actually happens, folks. So, but anyway, welcome aboard. So, with all of that said, as we're looking out, believe it or not, kind of a wonky looking terminal here. Let's try over here. Let's see where the picture was taken. We can make it look any better. Oh, now it does. Now you don't see the earth underneath it. But anyway, folks, there you have it. Let's hop out and into the cockpit. Now, we've already got power established via the ground card out there. So we are basically ready to load and go. So with that, I also want to take a second here, folks. I've had a couple of questions come at me as to one, why there's always a verse at the bottom of the screen, and two, why we run a verse of the day. Folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm a Christian, and I believe spreading the word is what Jesus said in Matthew 28. Go forth and spread the word to all corners of the world. And I'm not going to stop, folks. I've had some people say, well, you're going to lose viewers. Well, if I lose viewers, I lose viewers. My apologies if I'm pretty blunt about it. But I'm not going to change that, folks. Um, we are all sinners, every single one of us. So I am not going to, back off. I don't harp and breathe it down anyone's throat. And I'll be totally honest, if you go with what I had with James, that's how James was in the Bible. He's pretty much down direct in your face with it. I try to just put it up there. They're daily verses. Now, granted, the one I'm running today actually ran Friday at hashtag verse of the day, all one word. And you can check them out every day, folks. And they have a little devotional and prayer that goes with them. And if they are seeming like they're getting at you, well, I heard it once said to me this way: that's God through the Holy Spirit tugging at you, going, hey, you better start listening. That's about as far as I'll take that, but, take that to heart. But, when we talk about the verse that's up there, and I'm going to bring it up so those who just turned on can read it for themselves. James, like I said, doesn't pull punches, folks. He powered away as an apostle. Therefore, put away all filthiness and rampant wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. That's pretty downright direct, folks, and that's just like I said, how James was. However, I want you to think through that. Isn't this true, though, when we find ourselves caught in the clutches of the moral filth and wickedness that goes on in our country? Don't many of us find the Word of God boring and irrelevant? Think long and hard on that, folks. Many do. Many harden their heart and say, okay, we just have, and I'm going to paraphrase, simplify, all of that good stuff prefaced here, so that we're conditioned to accept it. And you know what? That's when Satan has made his move. That's when he's in you, hardening your heart. And God's Spirit in your heart is calling you to change at a much deeper level than just understanding these words. He's calling you to repent. The Spirit is kind of like a surgeon's scalpel, and does that needed surgery on our hearts. And that surgery, folks, will save your soul. We all suffer from the same malady. It's called we're gonna die. Be it tomorrow or 100 years down the road. Who knows? Only God knows that one. The proverbial, you could walk out in front of a bus tomorrow. If you haven't given your life to God, to Jesus, guess what? A little late. And then the Bible has many verses about what happens to the person who's late in repenting. So from that, folks, I hope you have a great day. I'm not going to stop. And I hope you all enjoy. And God bless you all. And we're going to get this show on the road, shall we? And hopefully that helps mend your soul a little bit. So moving on, we are in the cockpit here, powered up with the ground power rolling. And let's pull Sim Toolkit in here so we can get this bird on the way. Now I have set the clocks back to about 9, well actually about 8 o'clock. Do we have that showing here? 12:40, about 8 o'clock in the morning, as we get ready for the first flight to, and I will not, we're going to Ecuador, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. Trying to pronounce that one up in Ecuador. Hang on, let me look at it, give it a try. Oh, it doesn't even give me the name of the town. I do down here, though. Hang on. Guayaquil, Ecuador. So yeah, it's just the name of the airport's all I have up in the top of my flight plan, as you'll see here momentarily. So we're going to be heading there. Now, interesting fact here. And it actually caught me off guard this morning. We're at about 140 feet MSL here at Lima, Peru, which is right on the ocean, right there, of course, lifted up, obviously, like Anchorage, which is 300. I was expecting where we're going into Ecuador to be 3,000 or 4,000 feet above MSL. It's actually 14 feet because Quinto is up around 9,000. So I was really caught off guard with that. So enjoy the ride. We're going to be right along the Andes Mountains the whole way up. And let's get in there and take a look at Sim Toolkit, as I said. So as you can see the route, there's the Andes Mountains. And we're going to be paralleling them quite a bit. And let me just try one more time. See how it's not letting me. That's okay. So load sheet for today. 140 people coming aboard. Plus 200 pounds of cargo gives us this in kilograms. And guess what I did? I should have done it in pounds. Ugh. Oh well. We'll go with what we have, folks. We always do. We'll make it work, nonetheless. Now we're going to load 8,296 kilos of fuel. cost index for the flight's 80, and 38,000's where we're headed. Finally, the operating flight plan shows us in TAM. We're going to be on POSCON today, folks. And I need to make sure I change something. I just realized that. Hang on. We're in POSCON, update. There we go. So now when I bring this in, we should see POSCON. Alrighty. So now let's go back to the operating flight plan. Again, there's our cost index. Air, we're going about 700 nautical miles with a wind barely pushing us, but we'll get a slight push at 38,000. You saw that 303 at 9. So fuel breakdown, there's what we're loading up, 8,296 kilos. And finally, our routing, Gavox 1 Fox to Bravo Tango Echo, and on we'll go. Okay, and finally, our loadout is right here. 140 people, 200 kilos of cargo for 14,200 kilos of cargo. Hang on just a second. I want to change. Okay, that's all it is. Add that in here. So in case I need to look at it for another page, I'll have it. All right. So there's the flight. There's our introduction, folks. Let's get in here and get this bird flying, shall we? All right, so how do we get this aircraft loaded? First off, let's really get a good look at it. Okay, right now it's pretty well buttoned up, ready to go. And that's all because it's automatic. Timers in it tells it when to do things or actions within the cockpit. So kind of a unique, and I haven't figured those out first off, folks. So this is maybe my 4th or 5th flight in it. So, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, I like the plane. You're going to see a lot more of it. Oh, don't worry, flight factor. Don't get your knickers in an uproar. We're going to be using you as well for quite a bit. So, but today this one seems like a good run-in flight. And it looks like the weather is breaking here, so that's a good deal. So we're going to hop up. What you do is you go up here to plugins, come down to ToLis, and then open this ISCS, and don't ask. Oh, here, thank you. Thank you, ToLis, for putting it in front of me. The Interactive Simulation Control System. Here's where things, when they're in auto, it's whatever the guy that did the livery or the company came out with. It'll automatically go to those settings. So we'll find out some of these. We don't have sharklets, as we know, but we'll find out this one real quick here. To get going with loading, let's go right here. We're in kilograms. Hallelujah. All right, so we need 140 people. Just move the slider over. Boom. 200 down here, and let's see how we did. Where's the zero fuel weight? That I always, oh, there it is. 57,282. That seems high. 55 is where we were going. So obviously we are not set properly. We'll have to figure out why. We're about 2,000 kilos heavy. Wait a minute. Yeah, 5502. So what I'll just do is, well, we're going to be losing people. We're kicking you off. All right, let's see if we can't. Oh, that'll be as close, I think, as we'll get. All right, well, that kind of, I wasn't expecting that. And then this again gives you your CG. Okay, we've applied and we'll put the fuel in. I don't know why it says quick. I don't know if there is a way to realistically fuel. I don't know. So we'll have to dig into that. 82, we'll go 83. Yeah, because we're scheduled for 82.96. And there we go, we're fueled. And to verify, okay, then we got ground services. Here's external power, air, high, low. Low pressure is what they'll use at the gate to keep the aircraft cool so the APU can be shut down. High pressure they use to start up with. Door one's open, the rest are in auto, as well are the cargo doors. There is a pushback in here. I'll be using the better one. It's called Better Pushback. And for those not familiar with it, folks, it is free. Oh, and one thing I'm remiss, we'll come back and be using this here shortly when we're ready to do our departure brief. Okay, so blink. So let's get after it, shall we? And I do have a checklist loaded in here, so let me see where we are. Okay, I'm gonna kind of stick it here. All right, block fuel request, forward aft doors are set. All right, so we're gonna got the enabling of the external power done. Dome lights as needed. Engine masters are off, weather radar, that's all down here. So engine masters, weather radar off. PWS, which is potential wind shear. These work, folks. I'm still trying to learn how to use them all, but they do work. So I'm going to go back because I want to make sure I know what I did. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go up top. We're going to do a quick fire check. Oh, please. There we go. And that's all we can do, folks. I can't go in here and test it out. Bear with me as I get rid of that so it doesn't do that again. Okay. Kind of hate when it does what it did. Okay, gear, batteries, okay, engine masters, weather, okay. Huh, that's weird. That is really weird. The reason I say that's really weird, okay, after we do this, it says for us to open, on, push, wait short till door is open, then start. Okay. It doesn't hold up for that. That's interesting. Cono flow on. I don't know where that switch is. We'll do a quick cursory search, but if I don't see it quick, we move on. There's pack. Yeah, it's got to be bleed switch. Because next up is pack 1 extinguish and fault off. One last look. Econ. Nope. All right, so we'll just let it do its thing, and then we'll come back and finish it up. But see, master switch and that. So we'll get those turned on. Come down here. And we're looking for flap open. Once it's opened, we'll go back up and start it. La da 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 da. There it goes. and start. Come back down, and we can watch it start up. Okay, about halfway there, folks, and then we're going to kick this in high gear because I still got to put the routes in. Okay. All right. The cabin door, as you can see, is still open, and we're on. I'm going to keep it off for now because I'm not sure. All right, so get it back down here. Let's do a couple things here. First thing it says cockpit oxygen looks good and in the green. Fluid GBY is hydraulics. Right there. Everything's green. I don't see any errors there. Next up, engine oil 22 green, and engine page unload. All right. All right, so here we go with the overhead. I'll have to move this from time to time. Evac switch. Dang it, I saw that not too long ago. It's over here, I believe. Okay, I lied. Oh, here we go. What are we doing with the evac switch? Captain. Okay, and it's... Okay. I want to do one thing real quick. Hey, stand by. I don't know if you all heard that or not. Probably not. We'll do it again. What we're doing is we're testing the voice recorder. Okay. Okay, I was hoping we'd get something out of that. We didn't. All right, ADIRs, they're up here. We're going to go to nav. 2, 3. On battery is good. That means when we lose, if we should lose our generators in flight and the APU generator, the battery will still tell us where we are. Okay, strobe light to auto. Remaining external lights are off minus the nav logo, and I've got them on number 2. Out on the wingtips, there are 2 lights in there, folks, for your navigation lights, 1 and 2. They are identical, other than if, like, you go out, let's say we put it on 2, and the guy that does the exterior check goes, yo, we don't have our right side light on. Try 1. Boom. If it comes on, you're out of there. If it doesn't, and it's still out, mechanic, because those are required. Okay, no smoking, emergency lights. Okay, all this is set down here. Tension lights. Okay, do a test. Okay, all the lights lit up. Okay, now you can go to dim for nighttime running, bright during daytime, and then the test mode. Okay. Cockpit aft forward temperatures. I'm going to go ahead and bump us up a little bit there. Okay. All fuel pumps. Boom, 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 boom. Done. The fire engines are ready. And captain's all right. Oh, good. Left console. All right. So we're looking for the standby horizon and the ADR looking good. Gear levers down, 3 green. Left and right brake pressure looks good. Pressures are good. Chronometers. This one I don't understand much. Okay. 3 green and brake fan as needed. Brake fan, for those unfamiliar to Airbuses, is right here. Guess what? It will cool your brakes. Just as you would expect a fan to do. All right, radios. Let's turn them on. Okay, with POSCON, let's bring this up. And we're going to go ahead now and log in. Okay, we already have. Let's go to the web UI. I'm going to bring in the browser real quick here, folks. All right, so there's the UI. Basically, you log in under POSCON, switches to log out, then you go down to web UI, and you get what you show here now. You may not have seen that. All right, so back to the web UI. We're going to go to ATC, log on. All right, now, usually when you're in the US, it's a piece of cake. It's just KUSA, no matter where you are in the US, not Canada, not Mexico, US. Now, Alaska and Hawaii, I think, may be different, but if you're into continental 48, KUSA. 950 on your AM dial. Oh, sorry. All right. As it says here, folks, it even tells you how to do this once you file your flight plan. Go to the UI, put in SPIM. And for those who might remember, there was a time when Lima, instead of being Sierra Papa Juliet Charlie, was Sierra Papa India Mike. Don't know when the change happened. Long time ago in my book. And TAM572, bear with me as I double check. TAM572. And send. Yes, this is the CPDLC. Okay, folks. It's going to give us a ding here in a second once it's connected. And a new message. Acknowledged by just clicking on it. Now we can actually go to clearance and ask for our clearance. And what we're looking for is a squawk code. Another new message. Clearance replies. Flight plan on held. Not held. Am I too early? I may be too early, so we'll go back to clearance here once we get through this. Anyway, back to the page we were on. Now, when you go a little further down, it's going to give you your departure information. There's the weather, TAF, and if there's a DATIS or not. So, and again, CPDLC logon. Now, if we don't have a tower, which is generally your common traffic advisory frequency or CTAF, right there, we go with 122.95. Tower frequency here is 118.1. Put that in here and we're good to go. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else real quick out of here. Nope. All right, so let's get that browser out of the way. We'll be back to get that flight plan going. All right, so the audio panel, VHF, all set up right. Markers and mics. Do not drop mic, please. Flood and integrity are good. Oh, weather radar off for the moment. Once we push, we'll turn it on. Auto scan. We'll just kind of zoom it here. Multi-scan to auto. GCS to auto. PWS off. And that's where it's at. Tilt 5 units. Speed brakes. They are right below the radar. They are down as long as you do not see a white band or them move back. They are down. Cockpit door normal. Okay. And switching buttons. Let's go back to here. That is, these buttons are all in the normal positions. Upper and lower decaf. I probably could use a little. They're in the their lighting is the way I want. Flaps lever is showing flaps up and no indication on our ECAS. Landing elevation page, I don't know where that's at. Some of you out there that might know, I would sure love to find out where. And then the status page. Okay. Normal. Recall. Clear. Guess what? Workflow 2, now we start down the right side. So what do we have here? We have tower here at Lima, however you want to say it. Guard channel or multicom. This is where we can talk to other pilots. Emergency guard. We all know this one, 121-500. Those of you not real familiar with aviation terms, that's the Mayday channel, if you will. And then 122-950 next to it is another Unicom here in the States. And those are all set. Same thing. All right, so transponder is set. For now, we'll keep it 2000 until we get that code. And TCAS is in, where are we? Above. And PAX cargo, match 0 fuel weight. MCDU is next, so let's get over here and get that going. Okay, again, to get back to this page, those of you not Airbus savvy, I know a lot of you aren't, all you do is click data, aircraft status A/C, short for aircraft, puts you right back. Big thing on this page we're checking, aircraft model, A319-132. Cool. Engine, correct, IAE. Nav database, just, by the way, just updated, folks, in the last week. If you like flying as real as possible, you may want to go to NavGraph and update. Perf factor, less than 6%, and we're 0, so we're good. All those are good. Doink, 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 doink. Let's go to the initialization page. We are going from Sierra Papa Juliet Charlie to Sierra Echo Golf Uniform. Doink. Alternate for today. We'll just put it in there. SEQM. Flight number, TAM. And I don't know if that's correct for LATAM or not, but it's who I'm flying under today. Cost index was 80. All right, now we can get a temperature. What I'm going to do is just go get it real quick here, kind of do it in my mind. Let me make sure that, oh, that's what I did. Doggone it. flight plan. All right, go to the bottom. All right, so top of climb, 38's 52, 52, 52, 51. We're going to go with 52. So we put in 380 diagonal negative 52. Oh, clear. We do not get a tropo from this plan. Now, if we were to go to the United one for sure, 18, you would get a tropo. We'll go with what it says. We'll align the IRS. Hey, look, it's ready to go. Okay. Okay, so we are aligned. Let's click wind. Don't know why we don't get that, but we'll go back. Okay, so from here, we've got our from, alt, click. It says click, what's going on? Okay, something's held us up. Okay, we got cost index and think. Okay, let's go to flight plan. Insert waypoints. Well, what is going on here? Why did I not hear you come aboard? Azu? Leaf 915, welcome aboard, first time chatter. Thank you for coming aboard. Hope you all have a great day. Let me take a moment here and take a look out there, since I kind of get wrapped up in here when I start doing these things. But again, welcome in. We glad to have you aboard. And that gives me a second here to go to my, oh, not my logbook. And fly. Bear with me. I'm also getting my flight plan set up here. All right, there's TAM. Get our route. Up to 38. All right, that's all set. We'll get back to that. All right, so flight plan is, all right, so we'll go Bravo, Tango, Echo. We'll go ahead and insert that. Now we'll click here, and I believe, yep, Airways, UV1. Then UV1 to the TRU. Okay. Next up is UL 780. and Everett. EV RD. Whoop. EVRED. Okay. Close. Insert. Okay. Okay, so now we're to the runway part. All right, so we'll click SPJC, departure, 16. The up key allows you to scroll down. We'll take 1F, right? 1F. And our transition, BTE. And insert. Do a quick look. Okay, no discons until we get here. And then we're going to same thing, except now we're on the arrival. SEGU, arrival. Now, what I am planning here, actually, I really haven't fully in my mind put it together yet. But I think we'll just stick with if it'll give me the W. And it is Everett 2. Oh, recap, right? Recap. And oh, what did I do? Okay, good. Reverend, limit, recap. Okay. Back up. Let's go back to F plan real quick. Let's take a stroll. Go to plan. Activating constraints. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're going to kind of scroll through again. Now, where Boeing guys, you would use that step button that's right here on the FMS and step through each one of these. We're just going to hit the up arrow. And it's going to center on each one. And we're just going to make sure nothing looks wonky. And that is an aviation term. And there it is. Also, the big thing you're looking for are discontinuities and trying to clear them up. Okay, and you can see the missed approach. All right, everything looks good. F plan, back to arc. Okay, so we got the runway, the star, done that, and everything looks good. All right, now we go to the nav page. And, see if everything looks good. JCL is in there. Yep. Okay, everything looks good here. And you're all going, well, how do you know? Well, let me show you. La-di-da-da. All right, here's the chart for the departure, folks. JCL is our VOR right here. We're going to fly off out to JCL 12, make our turn, 311, intercept this radial off SLS. And then at Gavix, out we go. All right, so that takes care of that. We'll keep it up here for just a little bit. All right, so now let's go back to the initialization page. We're going to let me make sure we're not, okay, we're going to the next page. we're going to enter the 0 fuel weight minus, well, we'll show you. Ooh, that is not it. If it is, my apologies. It is. Okay, so I lied. 55.0. Now, one thing you can do is bring up the ToLis ISCS screen. On the loading page, it's going to tell you 082. Let's do 55.1. 0 fuel weight CG, CFWCG, you find it right here, 32. It looks like .0. Doink. Uh-oh. Out of range.
CC790, go down.
Oh, welcome in the original Big Mac. Thank you for showing up. We sure appreciate you. All right. Try that one more time. Out of range. Well, how the heck am I too heavy? Block fuel 8 point. 8.3, and I think all right, where is our, let's try 27 and see if 27.8 works. Still out of range. Okay. Oh, no. Try this. Oh, I think I know what I was doing wrong. You got to put the slash in there, folks. Oh, that's what I get. 27. Let's do this. Let's roll it back. $32. Boom. Yep, that's where it was. It's not a, like I said, folks, this is like the 5th or 6th time I've fired this thing up. So we're bound to run into troubles. All right, so route reserve fuel is acceptable. Final fuel, good. All right, now we're not going to do this page. Even though I know they do this. All right, so we're now got this page set up. We're going to the perf page. Now, what I'm going to do is bring back the browser. And we're going to actually go to another website. And that's the site, folks, if you didn't see it up top. All right. So basically, we're 132. We're going to put our gross weight in as 55,00020. CG. All right, so the CG for this is, we'll go with, I guess we have to go with 32. I don't like it that high. Knowing that with the A320, I have several different readings. Configuration, we'll try. Air conditioning on. All right, so we're at SPJC. All right. Over there on the charts, let's go to the, not the parking, but the airport. We need the runway length, 11,509. And again, folks, for those just tuning in, we do have work going on in our basement. So that is the noise you may be hearing in the background. It's going to be for a couple of weeks, but looking forward to it getting completed. I think I saw 156. Sorry, folks. 156. 1013. Is that right? All right, so this window here, folks, is what's going to look like our window over here. So 140, 140, 145. It showed, we'll get the transition level set properly. Flaps 1. All right, so this is for flexing. All right, so we'll go flap 1. DN 0.8. And real quick, transition is 10,000, so that's good. Then we're flexing at 68. Now, the thrust and acceleration reductions, I'm going to leave because I don't have accurate data. I don't know how accurate that is because it didn't put the correct transition level in. All right, so that's why we'll leave it. And guess what that means, folks? Done, 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 and done, and we're ready, folks. All right. And I'm just going to put this on F plan. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now, start our tracking program. That's why I like this. It tells me to. Cockpit door. Goes to closed and locked. Oop. It's just, I don't think it's open, but you never know. Nope. Okay. And I don't understand why we make DLS active, but it wants us to arc. And the range set, we're going to dial down to 20. Nav switches are VOR, you can see that right here, so that's easy check. Barometer. If you just make sure, good deal. Currently 1013. Let's just check over here. Get this one set. And do I need to set that one in the middle? No. All right. Heading is okay. All right, so okay, we're in constraints, which basically means if there are constraints in the departure, say for instance, be above here at distance 3, 2,000, below 6,000 at 12, and so forth, they'll show up over here. See 2,000, 6,000. Okay, so they're showing up. If I turn it off, they won't. Next up is speed manage mode, means we got the dot. Heading, we got the dot. Altimeter, let's set it to our initial climb. I do not show an initial climb. And since I don't think we have ATC, which I will verify here in a moment, we're going to go to clearance and get our clearance. Well, we'll wait just a second on that. Yep, no ATC, so all right. So altimeters are good. EFIS for the first officer, we've been through. They are all good. Nav display. We want him LS as well. Switches are good. Flight director good. Lighting, oxygen. Okay. Up top. Final run. APU bleed on. Okay. Okay, voice recorder again. Good. Cargo doors all closed. Let's do final checks and we're ready to rock and roll. Well, I went longer than I wanted here, folks, but and give you a little flavor of what we're flying in here. There's the Andes Mountains behind us, folks. So we'll be paralleling those. All right, so it's briefing time. Weather currently. Okay, we're showing winds 208, unlimited visibility broken at 1300. Temperature 17, dew point 12 Celsius, and standard QNH. Nothing significant. Bird hazards we'll be watching for as we go off 16. Runway today is 16. Our star or SID out of here is again the Gavox 1 Fox. And as you read over here, we're going to climb on runway heading to 2750 at or above, and then we're going to intercept the 221 radial off of JCL by distance 5. And we're going to also be at or above 2000 at that point, distance 12 from JCL. We need to be at or below 6. And then we're going to climb on course 311 to SLS Radial 178 to Gavix, and then from Gavix out to our transition. Today we're going to, we've got 8,200 kilos of fuel. Flaps will be 1 Fox, and V1, stand by, 140, rotate 140, V2 145, flexing at 68. Should we lose an engine, we'll hold, assess the issue. Well, let's do it this way. Let me rephrase. Below V1, we'll abort the takeoff. Above V1, we'll commit the climb, follow engine out procedures. Engine out procedures here were, they are not depicted, so what we'll do, we'll fly out, get out to, I don't see a good holding point, so we'll come on out to 12 and we'll go into a hold, assess the situation, and then route back in for landing. That, folks, is our briefings. So let's get our clearance from clearance and get ready. I'm going to go ahead and bring that browser back in. It should be available now. Nice. All right, so we're not going to get a clearance. Oh well. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh well, let's go on. We know our SID. We'll stay on 2000, and we're ready for pushback. Lima Tower, Lima traffic, LATAM 572, pushing back stand 26 for taxi to runway 16 for departure. Okay, let's clear the jetway. Let's go ahead and start the tug. Better pushback on the way.
Ground to copy. Please, show me where you want to go. Ground to copy. Tau is driving up.
Okay, now we'll get rid of the jetway. Okay, doors closed. Beacon on. Now let's clear everything from the plane. Back to ToLis ISCS.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Wow. Pretty close, wasn't it, folks? Forgot to show you that, sorry. All right, so
Now connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake. Get out here and make sure everything's clear.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay. All right, to start them up, real simple, folks, just like any bus. Let's go to ignition. I'm going to do it from here. Okay, we got pressure. Let's do it. Comes into Ryzen. GT, everything's coming up. All right, so generators are now available. So that's a good start. Get into position here once he stops us.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, let's go ahead. Start up number 1. Just waiting to make sure we have a good start, folks. Okay, we're on the generator for number 1 and number 2 are available. Okay, let's go back down here. Oop. Follow the checklist. Chrono. APU bleed off. Okay.
Tower is disconnected and bypass beam has been removed. And signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And thanks for flying with Mike. We sure appreciate the pushback. All right, so we need to get our trim set to down 0.8. Now I pulled this up for a reason so we can look at it. Pitch trim's right here. So down is this way. Okay. That's what we're set for. That's what we're here. Engine mode selector back to normal. Speed brakes. Armed up. Flaps to 1. Oh, let's do our rudder. Set. Flaps to 1. And then we're going to do what we do, a quick check of our surfaces. So okay. More time, just making sure. Okay, next up, ailerons to the left, to the right. Now you notice how the speed brakes come up too, folks. They help us in our turns. Believe it or not, there are aircraft out there. The B-52 is the biggest one that comes to mind. That is how they turn, is with their spoilers. You're always making sure when you bring the stick or the yoke to center that it centers on your screen. And centered. See? All right, and we'll put that back. Now, it says to unload. That's just basically boink. Okay, now we can turn that weather radar on. Engine mode, normal, auto brakes, max. And we need to check with the cabin, make sure they're ready. Shows ready, do the test. If the systems pass, it'll go away and we're good. Here we go. Sorry for clearing my throat like that, folks. Sorry about that. Now, I'm not really sure if there is a place where they would have really pushed us back to, but like they do in many U.S. airports, there are hold points, but kind of made it up today. Not really sure why we didn't get a clearance. Usually I do. I've done something wrong, but who knows? Probably they wanted me back to HS7, so oh well. Not a big deal. And as you can see, we're going to get on Fox here, Fox 1. We'll hit that diagonal, get on Alpha, take it all the way down to the hold short, and do our thing. And folks, we'll see you at the other end. All right, well, not sure what's going on. We tried it a couple more times, a couple of different ways. So, well, we'll just fly and enjoy. So, hope y'all are enjoying. Folks, feel free if you want to join along. We'd love to have you up here with us. Again, we are on POSCON. So feel free to jump in. About a 2-hour flight up to Ecuador, and should be a fun run. So, but for now, we're just taxiing out on Alpha to our departure runway. Boy, it wants to pull. All right, we're going to go ahead, kick the brake fan on, and get ready for... Let's do our takeoff stuff. Okay, cabin status ready. Okay, and all right, so the EFB, we're going to get that set here real quick, and all I'm going to do is set it to where it's on a map. That's all, and we're going to come to a halt right here. Okay, come over here. We'll come, and it's filling in. All right, ATC's been contacted. We're about ready to let them know. All right, we're going to go in a second here to the rest of this. TARA. Seatbelts off and on. Okay, so Lima traffic, the TAM572 departing runway 16 for Ecuador. Okay, strobe lights on. Brakes off. Transponders TK. Okay, seatbelts have been chimed. Lining up and waiting. Brake set. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First, lights on. Okay. Wing lights. Okay, we're going to go to 50%. As it says here, let me just kind of scroll down. You can see it says 50%, and we're going to kick the chrono on, go to flex. It's 2 clicks, and then away we go. Make sure we go into flex. Okay, chrono on. Brakes. Flex. $80 knots. Cross check, good. Take off power set.
V12.
Gear up.
Okay, we're on the autopilot as it says. Thrust will go to climb here momentarily. Flaps have already been retracted. We can de-arm speed brakes. And it just needs to get above 2,000, which we are, and going to intercept the 221 and out to the 12. All right, folks, there we go. I didn't see a speed restriction, but it sure seems to want to hold. That's why. That would be why, folks. I didn't have the green dot. I didn't fully check my checklists. Now we're accelerating out. And we're going above 6. That's because I gave it the cue to go. And 10,000, we're going to see the QNH start flashing, because that's where our, oh, I didn't set that. Oh. Didn't set that, folks. Okay, left and right landing lights, everything can be turned off up here.
10,000 feet.
All right, seatbelts, LS's are off. Doing that, we're not doing that, we're not doing that. And next, arrow will be set. And off we go. Okay, everything's looking good. Radar is on. Okay, there we go. See if we see. Oh, we can actually over here. Terrain radar is now on. Okay, folks, there you go. We are on our way. Thank you for flying with Mike. Sorry if I was remiss and missed some of you chatting. We really get wrapped up in here. Go around. And again, I really do appreciate y'all coming out, being a part of the stream, and look forward to you in future streams. And for those that haven't, if you wouldn't mind hitting follow, that way you'll know where we're going. And a quick note, as of this moment, I believe I'll be able to put a stream on tomorrow, which many of you are going, oh my gosh. Yes, it has been an oh my gosh July, and I'm really hoping that happens. We'll see. There's still plenty of time for that to go, you know, where it could go. So we'll see. But for now, we're just going to kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the climb out, and let you all get to doing what I've been trying to do all day, and that is to just simply relax.
$18,000 feet.
Okay, and there we go. I am going to go ahead and, if you don't mind, kick a little non-copyright music on from Approaching Nirvana. As many of you know, I like to play, mainly because it's non-copyright music and Twitch doesn't get too overly concerned that it's playing. So enjoy, folks. We'll be at 38,000 here shortly, and I'll be back with you once we reach it. But out in the distance, you can kind of see the Andes Mountains. Okay, well, we tried one more time and we're still not getting anything from POSCON. So, not sure what the deal is, but we are not going to get too overly concerned here. As we head on up. All right, so there we go, folks. We're showing 32,000 and about an hour and 15 minutes up to Ecuador. Sierra Echo, Golf Uniform. And why do I have TA only here? There we go. Oh, what I did to clear it, folks? What I did. I don't get it. All right, now radar-wise, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I'm going to dial it down. Kind of wish it'd show me my tilt up here, but it doesn't. So, folks, those of you in the know with ToLis, oh gosh, would I love to... Oh, would I love you on my Discord channel, and we have a little chat. So I could better understand this animal. Just checking another streamer out there, folks. So seeing what, no, I'm just seeing where he's at. And he's doing check ride stuff. So V1 Sim, he's taught me a lot about this plane. Although I'm missing some of the key functions, I'm sure. Brake fan can go off. Well, since I'm really not worried about terrain right now, we'll just kind of turn that off until we get back feet dry. Till then, folks, we're just going to chill out and head north. and I hope y'all enjoy the ride, folks. We're heading up to Ecuador, just not Quito, which is about I think it's like 9,000 MSL. We're heading to one of the others in a Guayaquil, Sierra Echo Golf uniform. And that's only about 14 feet above sea level, so a lot closer than what Quito is, which is where a lot of people like to go. I put the challenge out to V1 and he loved it. Folks, El Alto, Bolivia, Sierra Lima, Lima, Papa. It's not a challenging approach per se, other than the fact you're 13,100 plus feet above sea level, which means you're in high altitude operations in any plane, Boeing, Airbus, whatever. So it turns that part into a challenge, getting out. So highly recommend it. I've been there now 2 or 3 times on stream and loved it every time. First time, couldn't even find the airport. But yeah, I recommend. It's like going into Bogota, Quito, except another mile up in the sky. So, but anyway, I'm talking too much. You all want to relax, so we're gonna kick back, ease on up to Ecuador, and we'll be chatting with you. We're about 1,000 feet away from leveling off.
the wolves in the night. When you show me tenderness, love had me blind. Walk in the woods through your eyes. You were a mystery in a disguise. Moving like a whisper on the wind of this year. Forget what you told me, I'll make it out alive. Hold on to your memory, baby, if you hear me, I will find out where we came from. I keep my head held high, strong enough to live another day. I tried 1,000 times, wish we could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways.
All right, folks. Sorry for that little delay there. Doing a couple things behind the scenes. Actually not related to the stream that I needed to check up on. So my ask for your forgiveness on that as we continue on here. I've noticed some things not happening out here. So let me get in here and figure out why. Besides, let's see. Let's go. Let's try this and see if it'll pop us in. It's supposed to be giving us some weather reports, and we haven't had any. But we've been on this South American tour, good Lord, I don't know how long. Feels like a year. I'm sure it's a lot less, but hey, we want to, we're enjoying it. Came off an island hopping that we did, Fiji, Christmas Island, then into Chile. I think there might have been one in between, but anyway, and worked our way through Argentina, up through Brazil, hit a bunch of spots in Brazil, over to Bolivia, and then into Peru. So we're heading now into Colombia. I think will be our next target up here. We'll see. A couple of airports I've seen streamed. We've been into one, but it wasn't related to this. So yeah, we're going to have fun. Now that we have the A319, the A320, the 737 all available, ought to be fun. May even pop a 7.6 in there from time to time. But we do appreciate y'all. And as I said in the beginning, the verse at the bottom, I just want to let everyone know I put it there for a reason. It's not the, it's basically to let everyone know I am a Christian, and proud of it. I'm not going to deny that to anyone. And when asked, when questioned, I will err on the side of Jesus. Sorry, folks. So, love to talk to you if you have questions or reasons why. But I won't hold punches back. Except to say I will, if you are, in my estimation, sinning. I'll let you know what the Bible says. But then it's between you and God, folks. Period. Not me. Not one of the judges out there, even though it does say Christians will judge or righteous will be the judges. I'll get a better translation of that here shortly. But I will not relinquish my beliefs in Christianity and God and Jesus as the way to heaven. So all I will do is counsel with love in my voice, not with condemnation. Again, I've always said it's between you and God at that point to repent. If not, hey, that's between you and God, not me. So, but we'll continue on here, folks. It's a really good verse of the day we've been running. We actually started that verse on Friday, not the one at the bottom. It's this verse here from James. Now, James, I will totally admit, is very much direct, doesn't hold any punches back, and, but again, what he says there, put away all filthiness and rampant wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word. Folks, the word is in your heart. and that is which will save your soul. That word has always been in your heart. It's whether you want to listen to it or not. That's where free will comes in. You get to choose. So, and meekness is humility, realizing that, hey, folks, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm not a sinner. Boy, I am a sinner, folks. We all are. Every single person on this planet has been and is and will be a sinner except one. Jesus Christ. The rest of us, folks, suffer from that same terminology. We're gonna die. And it's where we go after that, folks. That's in your hands. All right, so let's cruise on. We've got 48 minutes in. We're looking like we're making a nice turn in towards Ecuador. And I do have other 319s, and I really thought about bringing them out today. I'm going to hold them back. I also planned, I really do want to, you know, for my friends in Europe, get back into Europe. I haven't been there, folks, and I have been with this, I'll bet 6 months, and we're headed there. Not on this tour, but we'll get something rolling here soon, trust me. Just takes a little bit to get me motivated, not so much motivated, but into the right direction. I think we are, and we'll be kicking off some flights here soon to get us to Europe, or just flat out restart Europe. I haven't decided how I want to go there yet, but so enjoy the ride, folks, as we get on course here. We are currently, well, actually we're still in Peru, but now pointed more towards Ecuador and our final arrival point of Guayaquil. Again, folks, I apologize for the butchering. I am just not good with other languages, so, and I do apologize. All right, but let's, you know what, hop into the cockpit here. You know, we've got, I say that, there we go. All right, there you see the Andes beginning to come up on us, folks. Kind of, you know, get back out here. And at Ecuador, realize the reason it's called Ecuador is the equator, folks. So this side of the equator, it is winter time. Albeit, Peru isn't that far south, so it's, you know, relatively tranquil. Tranquil is a bad word. It's not as hot as it would get in the summertime. Chile, getting further south, it gets chilly there. You like to play on words? So, but yeah, there's the Andes. They, you know, X-Plane does a really good job. So we're going to work our way there. But again, the Andes are going to be close by, but not where we're landing. That's where Quinto is. We've been into Quinto. It's actually kind of cool airport. We may make a run again while we're up in this area. So kind of play it out. I got a couple of other airfields I want to try my hand out at, and as we work our way around here before we head back towards Rio and Sao Paulo. So got a lot of flying still to do there. And an interesting footnote here, folks. Here, let me bring that browser in. It'll be on the, here's the air traffic going on right now. Not much on POSCON, but that's not really where I want you to see. We're going to head over to the flight briefing. Head up here to the map. We click significant weather. And that, and not that one, UIR. I know I saw, oh, there it is. So up by SEGU, that is our alternate. Got a volcano. Preventador. So caution there, and also south of Lima there was one. So whether they're actually erupting or not, I do not know, but they're on the SIG chart, so that tells me watch it. So, but we're headed here is our ultimate destination. So, get that one out of the way here. And with all that information, let's pull in the weather and then get into the brief. Okay, 160 at 8, 2,600 feet, 10,000 feet broken. That's our ceiling. 10,009 on the QNH. No significant weather, so, and that looks like the volcano's far enough north. If it is doing anything that shouldn't affect us, put that in big quotes, shouldn't. And one more thing real quick about the Bible verses, folks. They're not going away, nor are they going to increase in the amount. I'm not trying to be hard, trying to be confrontational, but I just feel being one of the few channels that put them up, they need to stay. And if that means I lose viewers, I do apologize to y'all folks. Folks, there are a whole bunch of Twitch channels out there, and I know that. Believe me, if anyone out there knows it, it's me. And I'm not going to sacrifice that just to have 10 million viewers. You know, all I get is 196. Praise God. If I have 500, praise God. Folks, God comes first in my life. So that's all we're going to do on that, folks. I don't want to preach and harp to beat it down. So we'll just keep flying on into Ecuador here and get set up. But I did want to bring that up, that I may lose viewers over it, and if I do, I do. But I am so thankful for each and every one of those 196 people that have decided to come alongside with Flying with Mike and at least support us by following. And then we have the 8 subscribers come along and then subscribe monetarily. Praise God to you too, folks. You're what helped me to buy the ToLis A319, and will when I eventually cross over to X-Plane 12. Not out yet, but when it does, it'll help. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with that, let's get in the cockpit and let's walk through this arrival, shall we? All right, what I'm going to do first is bring up charts that we get an idea of where we are. Okay, got a ways to go here still. We got, well, let's pull up the FMC. Go to F-plan real quick. So we're not far off from top of descent. Just need to perk page. We're 200 out. So. Okay. boy, was I remiss over here. I think that'll be a good range. Perfect. Right. So let's just move over here and let's take a look at our arrival, shall we? In our flight plan, we are showing the Everett EVRED2 arrival. Everett being our transition point. All right, so from here, let's click into it. And here it is. All right, so real quick, we'll just kind of break it down into halves here, if you will. Okay, here's our airport, Guayaquil, Ecuador. ATIS 115.9, not sure if we'll get it, but we'll give it a try. Elevation, 18 feet above sea level. Hard to tell that looking outside the window. Transition altitude 3,000 feet. We'll verify that. It's an RNAV certified approach. Reason it is we may be flying through some mountains, so we need to make sure we stay dead on. And this is for runway 21. Okay. Bunch of different approaches use this setup, so we'll just kind of go with it. Okay, so we're going to come into Everett at or above 14,000. Mimit at or above, well, actually, let's look down here. So after Everett, maintain course of 358. We're pretty close to that right now, folks. Cross Mimit at or above 6,000. We're going to hang a right, tracking 033 to cross the initial approach fix, IAF. You might have heard these terms before, folks. IAF is your initial approach fix. So if a tower says, call the initial, boom, it's regap on this one, at or above 3,500 feet. Now at this point, we'll transition over. We're going to go ahead and step through here, make sure Everett, Mimit, and Recap are in there. So we'll just go click, click. Actually, let's do it this way too. Okay. I'm going to dial down a couple. Okay, there's Mimit. The only difficulty here is when you're stepping through and Boeing, it's going to center. You're going to see the word CTR next to a fix. You don't really get that here. You just have to watch your chart. Okay, and then there's recap. Now we're going to turn and head for the ILS, or if we wanted to, RNAV from recap. Here's our initial approach fix. Go figure. Initial fix. So that's our initial actually on the ILS. And so forth. Real quick. Again, there's our ATIS. There's the rest of the frequencies. Now what we'll use here, and I'm glad I did this because I was remiss. Like, let's use 118.3. Common traffic. Sometimes you'll actually, with a tower, with a ground, actually see CTAF. Here we don't. Do a real quick check here on my flight plan. Nothing. Okay. Curious what I didn't set. I didn't put something in right. I don't know what. Wait a minute. What did that say? SPIM. Okay, well, it was correct. I just probably have something wrong. But anyway, so we got the right frequency set up now. Let's get back up here. Okay. Ground, and then 110.3. Now this will automatically happen in the system. When we go to LS, we'll see it right down here. 213 will be our final approach course, so that's what we track on the localizer. We'll call it Aurora. 2,000 feet MSL. Does not look like we have too much high terrain around us. Okay, that'll be about 1,900 feet above sea level. Decision altitude. Okay, now how to read this in a bus. It's really easy to do in a bus. Let's go ahead and put that back on the arc. Up. Okay. In a bus, it's real easy. DA is going to be MSL. So when you look at it, you're going to see MDA and DA. We'll be setting those up here shortly. MDA, MSL, above sea level for your decision height. Decision height, the H is AGL. That's how I do it. Whether it's simple or not, you know, it's up to you. There's your missed approach. I'll let you all read that. Here's the requirements. And again, recap, Logid, Ahura, distance 9 in. A distance 0.9, sorry, did we get that correct? All right, now we are gonna start working up something here. Let me put that away for now. Let's bring this back in. ToLis. Okay, there's our METAR again. And wow. So let's go to the perf page. Right now we're looking at a 130, 135 approach. All right, so here's your vertical. Now, why did I get those speeds? Give me a second here. 2,500, 2,000. We'll be getting on the glide slope. This chart down here is why. I'm going to work off of 140. So as we come down, we should be generally around 750, a little under. Okay, that's how we'll descend, and it should take about 2 minutes, 15-ish seconds to get there. If we don't see it, we go around. We got SALs for our approach lights, reels, and PAPIs. Reels are the strobes at the end. PAPIs are your visual. When you look up and you look at the runway, they guide you down to the aiming point. Otherwise, you're using your ILS, you know, your localizer glide slope. Again, minimums, 1,200 meters for visual, 300 feet above MSL for arrival. Okay, and currently puts us at 137. Now, looking over this, over the last 48-hour shift that we're kind of noticed that the charts are kind of in the way too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull them away a lot, so you all can see better in the cockpit. Little bumpy up here, as you can see. Another stream, folks, coming to YouTube quicker than most. I think it's out next week, is the last stream I did on Friday. All I'm going to say, folks, is wow, that was a flight. And let you all sit and watch. It was, with that 727, a really, that was a challenge. I will admit, that one caught me way off guard. Okay, let's do a quick systems check here while we're in cruise. Now, what's a systems check? We're going to actually go through each of the systems, make sure everything's doing well. All right, so we just click all. There's our engines. Okay, we know up here everything's green, everything's looking green down here, no problems. Click all again. Basically, now what you're seeing here is the way the bleed system works. I may have to change this. This looks kind of rough. Okay, so basically what it's showing you is how the air is going through the engines into the next one, which will be pressure system. Okay, all our valves look good. Green. Electrical. Looks good. Hydraulics. Now, there's a lot we could talk about here. We got about 112, so we'll do a little. Those of you out there like me in the aircraft firefighting world, a little aircraft familiarization training. Okay, with the Airbus, we have Airbuses where I work, coming in with the Legion, both A319, A320. Both, folks, the Airbus panel is pretty much standard through them all, except maybe the 300, 310. I don't have them, not 100% sure on them, but I can tell you 318, 19, 20, 21, 30, and 40, probably the 380, all have pretty much the same panel. Only changes would be the 340, 380, 4 throttles instead of 2. But everything else lays out pretty much the same. Kept it simple for crew or integration amongst all their aircraft. Even though you got to get typewritten, they keep that part as simple as they can. So, that all being said, what you're looking at here, this is when we had this last year. We had an Allegiant aircraft declare an emergency for hydraulic issues. Now, am I going to get on the radio and go, pilot of Allegiant 1, 2, 3, 4, which system is down? No. Not going to. Now, he may tell us. We do have a way to chat with him if we need to. Or he may tell through the tower to us that our blue system is down. We'll just say that one. What the heck does that mean as firefighters? Let me show you. Oh, my takeoff and landing points disappeared. Huh. Anyway, well, let's go find out. By going down to the FCTL, which we'll get to in a moment, but let's take a look at it. Remember, I said we're going to knock the blue system out. Boom. All right, so this right here, GBY, green, blue, yellow, that's your hydraulics. This is telling the pilot, okay, I've lost the blue, the B. So I've got this one possibly, oh, ailerons possibly gone. Keyword there, possible. However, backed up with green, so they're not gone. Get where I'm going. Same thing with the elevator. Oh, backed up with green and yellow depending on the direction and side. What else? And speed brakes, but again, backed up. The goal and this now applies to Boeing too, folks, is that situations where, man, I disconnect. Oh, there I am. Where the DC-10 that cartwheeled in Sioux City back in the 80s, the goal is that to never happen again, where all the hydraulic systems get taken out and the pilots have to really get on their A game to get it in. And even then, as we saw there, still ended in tragedy, but yet a miracle. Or as Monk would say, it was a curse, but yet a blessing. In that, yes, it cartwheeled. Yes. A lot of people lost their lives, but a lot of people were saved as well. Because when they took that specific emergency, put it into the simulators at United Airlines, they're the only crew to get that far to Sioux City. The rest of them were down in the cornfields long before. So that's why. And that's what that's all about, folks. Okay, so we're at hydraulics. Next up, fuel. Well, we're not going to fix the imbalance now. It's not bad. We're not worrying about it. There's our APU. Better be off. It is. Here's how it looks in the cabin temperature-wise. All looks good. Slides are armed. And the big number here, 1850, that's the oxygen. Now, that's not the oxygen for the whole airplane. That's there in the cockpit if we rapid decompress and we go on oxygen in the cockpit. Next up, wheels, cover up and covers over. Now, folks, I did respond in the Air Force to a DC-9. Air Force called them C, Charlie 9, where the gear doors didn't go up in the main gear. I really thought when it landed, folks, they'd rip off. They didn't. They just kind of moved away, but they drug. Does that make sense? So nothing pulled. I mean, they may have damaged, but, you know, it was very neat to watch. So, and thankfully it wasn't an aerovac with medical patients and litters on board. Litters being stretchers. Also on this page are our brake temperatures. Down here, everything's green, and below the numbers. Finally, we're back to our surfaces. Everything looks good. Okay, also we want to check our status page. It's normal. Recall in case anything cleared, and then click clear, puts us back there. And as you can tell, our checklist is up. We've done the Omega flow in our setup. Let's continue on. And I don't know why they call it Omega, because none of that makes sense. Alright, now we do need to work down here on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to bring this up, enter the destination weather. Clear? Okay, weather. Wind 160 at 8. Oh, I need QNH. QNH is 1009. Oh. Okay, and next up is temperature 27. Wind 160 at 8. 60 diagonal 08. Okay, again, above sea level or above ground level. And our chart read 300? 300. We'll go with above sea level. Okay. Again, 130, 135 is our V approach. Transition altitude Oh, there it is. Showing 3,000. We'll stick with 5,000. Okay, and set. Okay. We're going to go with medium brakes. Engine out. Okay, time. I have to, a lot of questions to ask on this one. All right. Let's go back to perf. We're at 40 something miles out. Now we're going to set, let's go back and look at our arrival. So let's put in 14,000. Obviously, if we had ATC, we would descend at their discretion. Alright, and all we're doing now is just waiting until we drift up here. 2.5 miles, they call it. I like waiting for like 5 miles. You know, we got a little bit to go, so. And we can definitely tell it is on the cloudy side. But, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. I don't say it enough, I know, on stream, but I really do appreciate y'all coming out for us, supporting us, and look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow. Haven't decided yet the flight. Got a couple of great ideas floating in the noggin of mine. We'll kind of see how they go. But welcome aboard. Hope y'all have a great day. I hope your days have gone well. And we'll see you hopefully again tomorrow. So let's just keep pressing on for, well, we're in Ecuador. Let's press on for the airport. And by the way, that concludes the arrival brief. Okay, looks like we're about 20 miles out on our top of descent. So we'll just kind of keep on rolling. Down here we're showing 19, so yeah, we got a little ways to go. Take a look at our map over here so you can all see what lays ahead. Or as I like to say, what layeth ahead. We are starting to get into the Andes again, like I said, so we'll be heading in here shortly. Yeah, one thing that kind of made me a little nervous here, I went to the fuel prediction. We're not going to have fuel. So we got plenty of fuel for our altered, or for what we predicted. Yeah, because we're looking at 3.2 as our reserve.
I'm walking slowly towards you. I want a tour of your world and what we can do, but I'm a little overwhelmed. Ooh, my head's full up with what ifs and what if this all falls through. I let you in, the world begins. I open up, I break out. What if you do it first? I'll be heartbroken. If heaven's kind and you were mine, I like the rest. We're both forever, but we'll never know until we know.
All right, so we are starting down, folks. Okay, so
I want a tour of your world and what we can do, but I'm a little overwhelmed. Ooh, my head's full up with what ifs and what if
according
this
to what
all
I'm
falls
seeing, we
through.
should be on a managed descent.
I don't wanna run away. I don't wanna run away. I wish I could. What
Let me just see here.
I open the door to see you. The blinds are shut, but I'm trying to let you through. I know the light that's inside you will light up my world, but what if this still falls through? I let you in, the world begins. I open up, I break out. What if you do it first? I'll be heartbroken. If heaven's kind and you were mine, I like the rest. We're both forever, but we'll never know until we know. We got this feeling in our hearts, we're healing from a little love, from a little love.
We're holding here. I want to see where we are.
I just let you in for a little love, for a little love. I'm walking slowly towards you. I want a tour of your world and what we can do, but I'm a little overwhelmed. Ooh, my head's full up with what ifs and what if this all falls through. It feels so good. I don't wanna run away. I don't wanna run away. I wish I could. What if?
All right. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and kick that signs on. This green dot right here, folks, that's the managed dot we want to put right here. Well, this aircraft will. And that's how we know we're on profile. Remember, Everett is at or above 14. Constraints are on. And then we're going to descend to Mimit at or above 6,000. And then on to 3,000, I think it was at Regap 3,500. Okay, so here we go, folks. Okay, we're right on target with our descent. And at Mimit, I'm going to drop to 10 or 20 on the range. I'm going to go ahead and make sure PWS is on. Okay, PWS is. A lot of clouds, but no precipitation. I don't have any radars showing anything. And at Mimit, I'm going to switch. Oh. I did forget that. And that's a
18,000
Mac
feet.
Air thing. I'm flying with Millennium Aviation or Mac Air. You may know this, the guy that founded it, Captain Mac. He does YouTube videos. I'm flying with his organization today. And the software they have for us to use for PIREPs, unless you turn it off, pauses at whatever mileage you set at for top of descent. Okay, I'm going to continue on now to 6. Okay, like I said, a lot of clouds, but I'm not getting any radar returns, so... One of these days I am going to get Active Sky going again and enjoy all that it offers. So. Okay, we are slowing. I'm going to go ahead and bring us down to 20. We'll keep it out. Okay, auto brakes, engine out, missed approach height. Okay, time enough, arrival, altitude bug set, and Now, real quick, for those not familiar with Airbus, that's where the checklists are. But anyway, right here it says activate approach phase. I go, why haven't you done that? Well, in the Airbus, when you do that, and we'll be doing that, make sure you click speed and have control of it. Because what'll happen, it's going to slow the airplane. Here, let me go to the next phase. To 146, your F speed as they call it. And you're going to drag that all the way in unless you control it here. Or just wait a little bit, then you'll act like I'm going to activate it. Probably it's going to be between Mehmet and Regap,
10,000 feet.
but I just don't know the exact. 10,000 feet means we turn lights on. All right, so let's do it. So engine mode, dry is normal, rain we go to ignition. Okay, we're dry. Landing light set, active, barometer, not yet. So we'll hold till we get to 5,000 feet. But that's what that's all about, folks. So we'll activate here shortly. Like I said, somewhere in this leg right here. Mehmet to rig out. And I will have control of the speed. Okay, and all right, so we're getting into, well, we're through the broken layer. So we're about right. All this water here is just coming in off the ocean, folks, the Pacific. So, all right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bring us on to tower. Only to be able to announce intentions. Because we don't have a tower. I'm going to go ahead and set 3,500. And ILG that you see right here, folks, is our localizer for the approach. Go. Okay, it looks like the weather is not necessarily matching up. Because this ain't a scattered layer. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and So I definitely want to be down to 3,500 feet. For now, I'll bring charts up so you can see it. We're tracking to regab. Then logid is 2,500. Let's go ahead. We're under speed control, so we're going to activate. All right, and we'll get rid of that. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Okay. Let's take a look at how we're doing. Looking good. We're gonna level off. And almost a regap, which is good. Okay, approach checklist complete. Okay, landing procedures, seatbelt signs, we're gonna knock them a couple times. Okay, green dot. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set 2,500. Down we go.
SPJC go down.
Welcome aboard, Hawker 125. Just about to make our approach here. Now, the green dot on the speed dial here, folks, right there, that's where we can start putting flaps in. Okay, and we're going to go ahead for now, click in approach. All right, folks, welcome in. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike today. Hope y'all are having a great Monday. We're turning final. Wakewell Tower. LATAM 572 on the
2,500
for runway 16. And tower LATAM 572 final 16. Let's go flaps 2. Drop into gear. And with that, once they're out, we'll put the brake fan on.
Gear down.
Not sure if I got the runway yet in sight, but we'll keep proceeding until we confirm. Alright, so we need to set for missed approach altitude. Actually, it's 2,000 feet, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to slow to 135. Okay, spoilers armed. Checklist complete. I got the runway.
1,000.
Lane's mine. Okay, you can see the visual cue out here, folks. See them right there? That's what we're aiming for. Keep it 2 white, 2 red. Don't worry about your glide slope unless your visual cue tells you otherwise. We are starting to show
500.
we are high. And we're a little left to course.
400.
So we're correcting.
300.
Landing
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
and welcome to Guayaquil. Okay, got to get the speed brakes off. As we taxi for the terminal. And I did mean to pull that down, but dang it, forgot. Okay, and Charlie will turn in. Oh, they got rid of my taxiway. Oh no. Okay, that's getting annoying. We'll taxi back. Alright, let's get on back here to the terminal. We'll turn in on Delta. Or Bravo, sorry. Since they decided to reroute my taxiway and I didn't catch it. Oh wow, we're rolling backwards. Nice little uphill. That's the one thing about X-Plane that catches flight simmers from Microsoft Card. Yeah, they actually do have grades. That looks like a pretty substantial one there. Alright, well let's get rid of this thing. Go up here again. Okay, we are in the gate here. Let me pull charts away. We need to get the APU running, so we're going to be running for just a little bit out here while we wait on that. Flap open should be any moment. So, Hawker, how was the day out at the airport? As dreadful as you thought it would be? No comment. All right, flap open. There we go. Let's head up here. Start it up. Okay, we'll just watch. Take about a minute, maybe two to get started. Meantime, let's shut down the timer here and here. It's like about an hour and 50 minutes from the time we release breaks to the time we got here, folks. 149 on the chrono over here. We'll close that out for a second. Flap open. APU should become available here in a moment. Okay, 115 looks good. Let's head up here. All looks good. All right. Sorry for that, folks. We'll now go ahead and commence with the engine shutdown. We'll turn number 2 off. Parking brake transponder. Standby. Lead on. Number 1 off. All right, we'll move cockpit door to unlock. And seat belts. Fuel pumps. And here comes the jetway. Beacon light can now go off. All right. As soon as we, I wished I hadn't moved the jetway in. All right, well, while we're waiting on that, engines are shut down. Parked, stop flight. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that jetway. Okay, so let's do a quick recap before we do all the rest here. Take a look outside. Well, let's do it that way. And what we're going to do is come up here, bring up the ToLis ISCS. Come out here. Nope. How about here? Okay, let's make sure everything stayed closed. Perfect. All right, so what I want to do is first walk you through something here. Bring up some toolkit. Okay, we're going to come over here to the tools, My Flights. Under that, click Landing Reports. Folks, this is a free program. Highly recommended. Highly. Gives you a lot of tools from planning to what we're about to do. And then, folks, you from the Must Fuss world can't do what I'm about to do after we do the quick brief here. So let's look at this landing, shall we? Wrong way. All right. So what you're looking at here is the airfield we came into. The blue dot, as it says down here, that's the threshold. That's where the runway for our landing starts. The last set of hash marks here, folks, that's as far as we should go before we touch down. Okay? Pretty simple stuff, right? Well, we get to visually see it here. Okay? So there's where we aim for right here, folks. These big hash marks in the middle, about 1,500 feet down the runway. We landed 1,725 feet down the runway, 0.32 off the center. Not bad. Not bad at all for 116 feet a minute. Landing speed was 130. We ended up slow at 124. You know, it is what it is. And then we had 1.6 on the G's. It's a little bit of a hello, we're here in Ecuador. So that's the technical side of it. Now let's see if we can take what we learned from the technical side and watch it as it comes in. This is what you have to have an add-on for in MustFuss. All I have to do is make sure all recording items to include POSCON are disconnected, which we're about to do. Log out. Okay, and well, usually when I click log out, it tells me problems. Okay, so here we go. All we got to do, folks, to rewind is come up here, toggle replay mode. Puts us in replay mode. You had to have started a program in MustFuss to do this. And set the time. We could go all the way back to takeoff, folks, anywhere in between to where we are now, even beyond. Yeah, you can't do that in MustFuss unless you have the add-on programs. Yeah, it was a pretty good thug, but no bounce. And now the Hawker 125 cam. Let's look at that again. Having a hard time believing I was only 0.32 off. Well, you know. Let's bring it out again. Watch it again. Tracking pretty much on the center. Oh wait, and we're gonna follow. Yeah, I guess we are on the center line. Okay. Now let's go back out and watch this come in. Off the side of the road. see how it looked from this side. Yes, I'm taking screenshots, folks. Not bad. Let's see how it looked from some interior views. Making sure y'all are awake when we arrive. Well, let's see if I can't put a clip together here real quick. Making sure y'all are awake. Making sure y'all are awake. I appreciate that there, Hawker. Well, I don't know. Who do we want to go to today? Now let's put some love towards November 8033. Folks, it's been a pleasure flying today. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we have in store for you yet. I haven't really decided. But hang on just a second as we... Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow. God bless you all. Stand by. We're going to head over to November 8033 Fox. All right, folks. You all have a great night. Bye now.